Hey guys, today we sit down with Chris Padilla, and it doesn't matter if you're a diehard MMA fan or you've never watched a single round in your life. What Chris shares here today goes far beyond fighting. You'll walk away with a real insight on resilience, identity, and navigating the hardest moments of your life. This one, you don't want to miss. Dude, I'm so excited to have you here. That was a huge win this past weekend. So going in, what was the mindset? Because you seemed so chill when it seemed like it was the Bonfim's night, right? Like you're fighting his brother, his other brothers got the main fight. You were just chill.
So, man, the way I see it is, I came to do a job, man. I got people to take care of, things to handle on my side. So, uh, whether it's odds makers, whether it's him, whether it's his brother, shit, it could have been this priest for all I know. I was ready to murder every one of them, bro. And I would have. That I don't really. Uh, I just didn't care about anything other than just seeing him just beat. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was the calmness there. Like I know one way or another I was going to get it done. It was just a matter of time, you know?
So you're like a shark. You just want to eat
Hey, brother,
when it
that's
comes to
it. That I think you said the perfect thing was uh I knew I just had to bleed him out. You know, I knew I didn't have to get over, I didn't have to get greedy, I didn't have to rush anything. I haven't fought for 7 months, so I really wanted to feel everything in the cage. I know it sounds a little weird because, you know, most of the time you want it to be a quick night, and not that I didn't, I would have loved a one punch knockout, but what I wasn't, that's not what I was looking for, you know? What I was looking for was a nice slow cut, you know?
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you said that you wanted to feel everything. I think what people don't know is, I mean, maybe you can speak on this, but when you get into a fight, it's fast. Like you don't have time to think. You don't remember anything until you're driving home, walk into the locker room, whatever. You could speak on that.
Oh yeah, man. It's fast, but you know what? I feel like once you master uh fighting in moments, the fight's a lot slower. Like I've been rewatching the fight, and I've been rewatching the way the ESPN app works. You rewind 10 seconds. And if you rewind 10 seconds, look what happens in that 10 seconds, in the next 10 seconds. And what I've noticed was again, it wasn't just complete chaos. Within 10 seconds, it'd be like a slow rhythmic go, but something happened within 4 or 5 seconds of that 10 seconds, you know? So then you just start taking every moment like that. And then again, the fight will just slow down. Cause to be honest, it felt like I was fighting a super slow fight. I didn't even feel like that's why when he tired out and gassed out in the second round, I was like, man, why how'd you gas out so fast? But if you understand like how to make people fight either uh uh like I always tell people, like, think about like a full sprint, right? Like gunning it full sprint with your lungs, right?
Yep.
Now imagine someone taking a bat to your stomach every time you full sprint 5 seconds, you full sprint 10 seconds. And that's how he was fighting. He was fighting at a full sprint. I mean, then every time he did something, he was fighting at a full sprint. While me, I fight like I'm jogging, you know, because I know I still have 15 minutes of this. So I like to take my time. Then I'll push up to a full sprint. Then I'll go back to a jog. I know how to like control my lungs. And most of that just comes from controlling your mind, man.
That's what I was gonna say is because I was gonna go back to the beginning of the fight. Like I said, you were going into their night, but you were just. I mean, it was interesting. I've never seen somebody so calm before a fight. What? How do you do that? Like, where does that come from? What was the mindset? Did you know that you were that calm, or were you just like I was just being me?
Yeah, man. It, I pride myself in that now. Like when I train. That's where I like to put my mental state. Like most guys when they spar with their teammates and things like that, they try to like win. They try to really hurt guys. Um, I understand. I understand that. Uh, like if I kick you in the head, if I elbow you, if I knee you in training, I'm just trying to touch your body. I'm not trying to throw my weight, throw my speed through it because I realize like it's timing, it's the ability to control yourself. So if I can control the way this hits you now, as the fight progresses, and imagine 1,000 hours of just working on control more than working on trying to work on kicking you, punching you, elbow you. My job is to control my body and mind and execute technique, you know? So when I'm working in there, that's all I saw fighting Bonfim. I didn't see uh uh oh, I'm in a dangerous situation. I'm like, I just have to be calm and control my technique. That's offensively or defensively. The only chance I have of losing to this guy is if I allow myself to lose control of my defense, of my game plan, of the techniques I know I'm good at, you know, or the techniques I know I need to beat him, you
How
know.
old are
So
you?
I'm 30 now.
Because you talk like you're like 45.
Dude, bro. As much I tell people, bro, I drive so much that I have so much time to talk to myself and like really reflect on just my character, you know, and that right there, like that, it's the alone time, you know.
Why do you drive so much?
Just so I live in Westminster, so it's like Orange County, in California. I have to drive to Whittier, which is like 40-ish minutes away from where I live. So I have to get up early so I can get like a 20-minute drive. And then once I drive from there, I drive to my other gym in Gardena, which is like traffic usually like 40 to 50 minutes. So I have to drive to Gardena, which is probably like, I want to say 15 miles, maybe a little bit more. And then I have to drive back home. Then I have to drive back to the gym at night. So it's I train all day.
So I was going to ask, how many training sessions do you have a day?
I try to get two. So I get up at 4:30. I run at like 5:36, depending on if we're in camp or out of camp. Uh, then I do Muay Thai till about 9 o'clock. I head down to my other gym. I get there around, I want to say 11, and then from 11 I stay from 11 to like 1:30, and then I'll do another session at 6 to about 9.
Wow. Wow. So what do you eat to keep all those calories?
Munchie meal preps. That's my meal prep. Uh, uh, my meal prep sponsor. They help me out. They send me a bunch of meals. They help me out big in this camp, really, really big, and I appreciate them for that. Uh, but still, man, I just burn the calories so fast. It's hard to just maintain. That's why I tell people,
Yep.
like, if you see my weigh-ins, I never look horrible at the weigh-ins because my body's always in good shape. Like I'm always just active. And then now for me, it's like, okay, turn down your eating. And it's like, okay, that's all I got to do. And I'll make weight. I've come in, I think, in two of my fights at 154. So it's like, I'm just always working, man.
What's the company again?
Munchie Meal Preps. They're based out
Munchie
of Gardena. Yeah,
Meal
Gardena.
Preps.
Yep.
Gotcha. I wonder if anybody's going to try to mimic what you do after hearing this, because I feel like you have done so much work, and I'm saying like mimic the whole driving, because after you're done with a training session and you have to drive a long time, I'm sure you have time to think about what you did in training, how you handled, you know, getting taken down or taking this punch or when you threw this, right?
Well, you know what, man? I hope so. I really do hope that, obviously do it their way, do it.
Yeah.
If I could take anything from them, do it your way. Focus on, it's just the inner dialogue. But I'll tell you this, man, it's like I tell all the people right behind me, all the people next to me, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's as skillful as I have become and how successful I've become, it's just really hard to just maintain your sanity sometimes because I mean, bro, there's so many times where I go nuts just in my car by myself. I'm like flipping out in my head because of It can be personal problems, personal demons, personal failures, anxiety of the future. Because when you think all the time, it's like sometimes you can't control where your mind shifts at on the spectrum, you know? And
Yeah. So what are some of the things, sorry to cut you off. What are some of the things like that go on through your head? Like what are the things that you fought in your car for that stuck out?
man, shoot. Let me see. I guess one of them is just like and I think this is one of those things that why I feel like I'm as good as I am. Like that, like just the insecurity of fighting, man. Just like sitting there and going like, man, I'm doing so well as a fighter, but am I even like this likable image of a person that like why would the UFC want to promote me? Why like what about me
Mm,
makes me not just some sideline fighter? Because if you really go through the history of boxing, bro, there's so many great fighters that world champions, had beat other great world fighters, but you don't know their name because when people talk about them, like when you watch the video on them, they're like they were just this regular old guy who just said hi, bye, like wasn't like the Connors, wasn't these guys or anything like that. They were just regular guys, but they died in the history books because guess what? If who writes the history books? The people write, you know? So it's like it's those things always get to me because then I'll sit there and just be like, damn, bro, like is it worth what I'm doing? Like, can I really do these things? Watching my family struggle on the side while like there's sometimes where like my mom in the morning she needs me to take her to go get eye injections because you know I can drive and stuff. And I have to tell her no because I'm on my way to the gym. And if I help her, then who's going to train? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to make sure that when I show up that night that I want to be thinking about, man, I cut like 8 or 9 training sessions to go help my mom when I could have just been in training, getting better, so I can make sure I'm making money to help my mom. You know, so
mm. Do you have any siblings?
yeah, I got brothers. I have 3 brothers and a sister. And right now, my younger brother's catching up and fighting. My other brother, he works yeah, he's doing security. My other brother, he's lost in the streets, and my sister is,
Mm,
uh, sh- you know, just she got her kids and stuff like that, but she's no better off. So that's
mm.
kind of who I'm trying to, just all of them, man, just trying to make a
So
way for them.
everybody's got their struggles basically.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
because I'm the front runner. I have an older brother and sister and 2 younger brothers, but like my older brother and sister, they kind of got lost in it. So like I'm basically the oldest, so I'm always have to just be the front runner all the time, man. So that's just it.
So you feel, I don't mean to speak for you, but you feel like all the pressure's on you. Like if you
Yep,
don't do it, nobody else will.
yep,
And
exactly,
then when you
man. And
can't, it's a failure or it's a fail
yep,
for you.
yep.
Man, what are the eye injections? What's that?
Uh, my mom has diabetes, so yeah. I guess eventually it just wore. Diabetes works on the body. So yeah,
My grandpa lost his leg to diabetes. It's really rough. I know it's really rough. What so if it affects her sight?
yes, yes, it does. It does. I guess they're giving her eye injections to keep her vision as clear as it could be. She can see, she can still move around, but like it's just something she has to upkeep. And when she gets her eye injections, she obviously can't see driving back. So it's like it's just
Mm,
it's almost like so like we get our eyes dilated and like it's
yep,
like real fuzzy and all
it's
that.
terrible.
Yeah, so
I thought I
yep,
could drive after getting that dilated, and
yep.
yeah,
Cooks you.
it's rough.
Yeah, so yeah, just like I said, man, it's it's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? So it's just, and like I said, I internalize it all. So like I always see myself as somebody like a problem solver, man. Like I always see like I don't know, like that's just where I've always been. Like I've always thought like, okay, like if let's say if there's one shirt, I'll give my shirt to my mom, my brother, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, it's okay. I don't need the shirt. I'll figure out how to get another shirt, and I'll figure out how to do everything else. You know. So,
Oof, that's tough. So being pulled in different directions and trying to be in two places at once.
yep.
Oh, well, I mean, one thing I was going to say about you, Chris, is like, that I see is you are such a dog when it comes to the fight, but when it comes to just a man, it's very interesting that you have access to that fight, but then have access to such a good heart, a big heart, right? Is that something you had to work on? Is that something? Because I feel like people that have had rough situations, they harden themselves.
Shoot, my mom. Yeah, man, my mom. She's just. I think you know what I think it is, man. I think it is. I think maybe people who probably been raised a little bit more around like uh uh probably didn't get as much of that feminine energy, man. And the one thing like my mom is hard as a rock, man, but like she knows how to give love. So like I'm like I think, bro, when I say I get that like the dog, bro, I think I'm pretty sure I get it from her because she just that's how she's always approached life. She just
Mm.
five kids and I'll figure it out, you know? And it was just like, so she was stubborn because, hey, man, she never gave up. She never quit. She never let life break her down, really. So she, but she was still like, yeah, she never let life break her down. So she was iron willed and but she knew how to love. She knew how to take care of us. She knew how to give me like if she had a hard day, she it wasn't like she would be like, "Don't talk to me, stay away from me." It was like, nope. She used our love to get through those hard days, you know. So for
Wow.
yeah, bro,
Wow.
yeah,
That's special.
yeah, bro. So that's something I think she's giving me because the one thing I love to do, bro, is eat, laugh, smoke, enjoy my family, chill out, man. So like that's for me, that's what always kept me solid. That's why like I have a big heart. I love my family, bro. That's my mom. She made sure to set a good example, man. So yeah, I'm grateful for her, man, every
It
day.
definitely shows. It definitely shows. She gave you a lot, so you want to give back. I
Yep.
understand. Yeah. Well, you also talked in a previous interview about hood mentors. And for look, hey, you're gonna find this is funny. For somebody who didn't grow up around the hood, what does that look like? What did the role? What was the role that they played in your life? Because you mentioned this is what's funny, man. I'm gonna make fun of myself. I had to look this up on ChatGPT. You said they taught you how to become a man and not to duck fades, and I was like, "What's duck fades?" And I was like asking my wife, like, "What's duck fade?" And I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh my, okay." She's like, "I think it's fights." She was right. She was right. Dude, I
Oh
grew up in the
man.
country, so that's why I'm like, man, I got to hear all about this. Like, I'm really curious to hear when people grew up totally different. D- Tell me about
Shit.
it.
Ah
Who were the
man,
hood mentors? You
man.
said.
I've been him since I was a kid, man. Uh, the way I like to say hood mentors, bro, it's like imagine, and I carry this line from when I was like a little kid. 'Cause I remember my mom's cousin. Uh, he told us this. He said, his name is Joy, or we call him Joy, or his name is Joseph, but we call him Joy. He said. we already ran the streets. We did all that banging, we did all that hood shit. So y'all would never have to. Like our name in the streets is good.
Wow.
We did it all. We took the losses. People went to jail. People did all the bad shit so that it wouldn't be questioned. You know what I'm saying? Think like a legacy. It's not the legacy you want, but unfortunately, where we come from, if you already don't have the legacy can be too good or bad, right? If you have a shit legacy, people gonna come back for you. But if you have a respectable legacy where people know if we do something to them, it can come back three times back to us. You know what I mean? And so that was like I saw that as at a young age, like my uncle, my mom's cousins, a lot of people on my dad's side and on my mom's side. I
What
got to
what
see.
what 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 do you mean about that? Was this like fights? Was this like
You know what, man? It's just something you don't go into too much, but it's more of like, again, it's just the street activities, man. I'm sure once most people hear this, they'll know exactly what I mean. Street, just know it's a lot of street activity that had to go on for things to uh be right, you know, and
yep, yep.
it's its own crazy legacy, man. But hearing that as a young man, like it's one of those things where it's like, do you want to live up to that? Because that's sometimes like that's what happens when people hear that. Let's say if you heard your grandpa or your uncle, your dad was a great general, like in your mind you go, how do I become that? How do I my name supersedes what's around you? And when the streets is the highest level of your mentality, that's what you say. Okay, well, if my uncle was this in the streets, I want to be bigger than that. So that means I got to go above and beyond those things, you know? And but we were told the opposite. My uncles, my older cousins told me don't do that. Like
Mm,
you got this fighting shit. Do that and put our names on that map because
wow.
what is it going to do out here? You know, and then I got to look at that, and when they explained to me where becoming a street legend on this side of this side of the street, what that means, you're gonna end up in jail, you're gonna have to murder people, you know, you're gonna do wild shit. You feel me? And but if you go and you go, hey, make us a legend in your sport, take that name over there, and now look what you can make us, you know? And for me, the way I like to see is I'm changing the generations of
Yep.
men, females, anyone that come up behind me, that's my job, you know? And when I was talking about shit, hood mentors, bro, I was talking about Coach D and Coach Eric Steens. They're one of our uh again, just hood legends in the LA area and the greater beyond, man. And one thing that you can appreciate, guys that have seen it all, done it all, uh, they can pull strings in certain spots that you didn't even know. They can go talk to
Mm,
certain people, put you in contact. Like Eric, Coach Eric, he put me in contact with my current coach who helped me get to the UFC. You know what I mean? Coach D, man, that guy, bro. When I say one of the greatest person, I would love for you to interview him, man. One of the greatest personalities you'll ever meet. Uh, would just he was running the gym I was working at, and he would just sell all my fight tickets. And like if you know what that means, bro, like imagine trying to do a whole camp, advertise yourself, sell your
yep.
tickets so you know you're worth something. Bro, he would walk in the middle of the class, hey, after the class is done, did you buy tickets yet? And he would just question everybody on the map. As soon as people walk in, hey, you got taco tickets yet? And I was just like, damn, Coach D, and wouldn't ask for a dollar after it, bro. He would just be like, nope, that's for you. I love you, but you know, just a strong man, bro. So
How'd
yeah,
that make you
those
feel?
loved, love, bro. Just
Mm,
uh you know when they say just like you don't have to love me, you don't have to help me, but sudden in you got up today and was just like, you know what, I'm gonna help Taco. And that Right. Again, that's why when I go in there, when I call these guys out to fights, I have these dudes talking to me, these dudes looking at me, these dudes to live up to. So like when I see it, and that's one thing I have respect for. Everybody that had to do the street shit, they did it out of necessity most of the time, not
Mm,
because it was just fun for them, you know? And like when I look at that's how when I step in the cage, I still have names to look up to, names to surpass. So that's why I put these guys' names every chance I get, man, because I need to I carry them into that. That's why I know I can't bitch out. I can't duck nobody, bro. No, nope, nope.
wow.
All
Yeah.
my people,
Wow.
yeah, bro. No
You
ducking,
got a lot
nobody.
of people, yeah, that are holding you up. A
Bro,
lot of
I call
people
them
holding
the
you up.
bridge, bro. That's the bridge. They're the reason I can get to the candy store, bro, because they stacked away, bro. They made it inch by inch. And because all them couldn't get to the candy store, bro, they didn't go, well, I'm not gonna get there. I'm gonna sabotage him. They're gonna go, I didn't get there, but I'm gonna help him get there. That's why I don't discredit advice because there is no lesser man. Every man has been through their fair share. All advice is good advice.
It's really interesting that you say they told you to stay out of it because a lot of generations what they'll do is like put you down. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like not meaning to do it, but like this is who you are. You were born into this. This is who you are. You're always going to be that. So quit trying to be somebody else. Quit trying to be, you know, a big shot or whatever, whatever.
Yeah, bro. That's a blessing to me, man. And
God,
it's
that's a blessing.
yep, yep. You never know what hand you're dealt. So I was lucky enough to be dealt with uh 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 some of the what I like to call them the best the greatest bad guys out there, bro. You know?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
that you made me realize how much I need other men in my life that just lift you up. That's really important. I'm glad you got that. Um, man, you threw me for a loop there. I was like, man, I had this other question. And now I'm like thinking about that.
Yeah, man, it's a lot, bro. That
It's
that's why
it's just,
I be
that's a
having heavy heart.
man. Where do I go from that? So you mentioned you smoke, right?
Yep.
Do you drink? Do you drink?
No.
No. Why not?
Oh shit, my dad had alcoholic problems, bro. That's the real reason. Like that's why like when I talk about my mom so much,
Yeah.
that's why I don't talk about my dad as much. And
Hmm.
I was a lot more upset as a kid, but shit, as a grown man, bro, I look at my dad and be like, I get it. I get it. Like I'm not gonna do it, but I get why you are what you are
Mm,
because I feel like it helps me. That's what keeps me on a straight and narrow way. Like that's what keeps me where I'm at because I've seen the darkness. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what the darkness can do to a man over a span of time. And it'll eat away at everything, man. Your physical, your mental, your spirit, your heart, everything. And that's why I say my dad taught me the greatest lessons through his actions. So that's why
mm.
I don't drink. I can drink. I could take a shot. I could take two shots, but I will always say no. Like if I go, I'll smoke and be like, if I feel like drink, nah, nope. I could take two shots. You like, you want another one? Nope. I'm okay, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Like it's so easy for me to just say no because I've seen it. I've seen it.
No
It's
is a very powerful word. Very
bro.
powerful word.
The abyss is a dark place. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
It
And
is.
I
It is.
ain't trying
And
to. I
once
ain't
you
trying to
learn
go.
that word no, it's like, holy shit, that was easy.
Yep.
Once
Nah.
you, once it comes out of your mouth, the word no,
Yep.
it gets easier and easier. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. And, I was going to say you do talk about your mom in past interviews, and we don't hear a lot about your dad. Is your dad still? Is he made a recovery, or is he still?
Nope, no recovery, man. Just we just have a better relationship. I've come to the point of my life where I just understand, I just understand that decisions will be made, and what I choose to do with myself is the best I can do. And
Yeah,
my job is I want to retire my dad, retire my mom, and let them live what they have left as peaceful as they can. I don't expect my dad to change. Shit. I'm 30, bro, and as long as I've known my dad, he had alcoholism, and that's never going to change. We've tried everything we can think of, and
mm,
nothing's changed. So I'm okay with it. Like I said, we're good. When every time I say, I'm like, "What's up, Pop? What's up? How you doing?" I'm good. I'll let him talk to me about whatever he likes to talk to me about. I'll tell him what I'm about, and then I'll give him a hug, say I love you, and I'll see you later. So it's that's it. And yep.
goes back to me saying you act like you're 45, 50, 60, something like that. Like uh, the greatest gift you could give him is acceptance. That's it's really inspirational. There's a lot to learn from you, and you're 30. It's
Bro,
wild.
I just don't want to be mad at nobody. I
Mm,
don't, it's like, all that stuff is just a curse, bro. And, for me personally, that's why I don't hold things against people. Shit. I'm always told, man, you're too nice, you're too this. And, I think my niceness it's a release for me more than is mercy for someone else, like I rather not hold a grudge. I rather not think negative. I rather not do those things because all it's going to do is just eat away at me. When I look at somebody, I don't want to get angry. I don't want to be mad. I don't need more negativity in my life. I've already lived fucking too many years with negativity always in my head all the time. So I'm done with it, bro. That's why I don't beef with nobody. I don't need to
mm.
disrespect nobody because I'm over the negative stuff, man. It's just too much.
What were some things that you had to battle with? Look, Chris, I'm asking this because there's so many people out here that need to hear this. So what were the things that you were battling with in the past that now you're on a better side?
Oh man. Uh so like when I was I would like to say 15, 16. Shit, no, I would say just my whole teenage years. That was kind of like the we like to call it the emo years, the punk years,
Yep.
the those days, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And
I know what you mean.
a lot of it was just so like it felt like I would watch like this was like my dad at his height of his drinking and things like that. Uh man, I couldn't sit in my room without listening to my mom, and my dad argue every day, bro. Like it'd be like my dad and his like absurd jealousy, bro. And I felt like that transmuted into me the aggression, the hate for him, the hate for myself, the hate of my whole family, because it just felt like everybody was just losers. It just felt like I had no other way to see it, man. It's just like I just wake up and I just look around and I just saw like powerless people who just couldn't control anything, always in debt, always just uh uh always felt like it was just a weekly cycle of just us hating each other little by little, you know what I mean? And then shit going to school and kind of carrying I always tell people, people say like your dad gave you confidence, taught you how to be a man. Not me. I didn't
Mm,
I I didn't get any of that. So for me it was just like always questioning myself like, man, am I this? Am I that? Can I do this? Can I protect myself? Can I do this? Shit, bro, literally from like I would say until I was probably like almost 17, 18, I didn't even know if I knew how to get a job properly. Like
mm,
I was just like, what skills do I even have? Like what can I even do? Like just some fucking like I'm almost like a almost, you know? And I think just dealing with like not knowing. what I am or what was the point of me even being here, you know? And yeah, I think just dealing with a lot. So like I found MMA and I knew I wanted to be an MMA fighter, but it was just like it just seemed like there was no answer to all the bullshit at home, really, you know?
Mm, yeah.
Uh and like I said, bro, like I told you, my older brother lost my older sister, kids too young, this, that, you know what I'm saying? Me having to be pretend older brother. Didn't me and my younger brother, Christian, didn't really like each other because I always had a problem with him. He always had a problem with me. I'm sure he had his own fucking fucked up issues for himself. And like I said, just coming home and dealing with my just the chaos, bro. It was just chaos all the time. And
Mm.
I just didn't know how to function. So I just run to the gym, just go to the gym. Like, that's it.
When did you find that gym? Like, so first off, I want to go back and I just want to say, having a 9-year old, uh, any argument my wife and I get into, I worry that she's either going to get angry or learn this or learn that, you know, and we always make up and we make sure she sees it. But it's interesting to see that you said that there was a lot of chaos and then you become the person you are, which is like open heart, but a great fighter, great work ethic. So you really, man, you really turned that into a positive. Was it not that way when you were younger? Like when you went to school, was there like tough grades? What were the teachers saying about you? And
Shoot,
then I
man.
want to, yeah, go ahead.
I would say my grades were pretty good, bro. Like it, cause I also had like I felt like I had to make my mom happy. Like, cause like it was
Mm,
like crazy, man. Like me and my mom would have like some of the deepest conversations. And she would just tell me just everything that was on her mind, everything she was dealing with, because it was like you can't pretend that everything's all right when we just saw you and my dad in a melee contest. Like you can't just say that. Like we just had to pull my dad out of the house. Like we just had to kick him out. He was calling you every name in the book. So it was like there was no pretend. It was just like, son,
mm.
please don't act like that, son. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom put a lot on me. As far and this is where I always appreciate it, but it always put me in that mind state of like I'm I'm the one. I'm the one because like my younger brother, he was like we always was like the yin and yang. Like if I was the outgoing one, he was the one that couldn't get along with anybody, always got in fights at school. The teachers always was fighting with him, just all type of shit. Like so my mom would tell me, you gotta graduate because you know your brother doesn't want to do none of that stuff. You gotta go to prom because you know your brother's not going to do that. Uh you got to get the A's because my brother just struggled with school and stuff like that. And I can't speak too much on why he struggled because obviously it was his own struggle. But that was our dynamic. He was in trouble. I was the good kid. You know what I mean? And it put me in that mind state of like I got to be on it. I got to be on it. I got to be on it. I got to do this. I got to do this. If I don't do this, this is gonna happen. And then like it was always like things falling down, or you're afraid the sky's falling. You know, type of feel. So uh, yeah, man, it's it was just my mom just keeping it real with me all the time. You know, and that keeping it real just it was one of those things I'm grateful for, but it's also like it also put that in my soul of like I gotta be the one, I gotta be on it, I gotta be the one, you know?
So this that was your little brother wanted to
So I
fight. He's the one who got in fights all the time.
yes, that's my brother Christian.
So did you get in fights with your brother, or were you guys?
Yeah, bro. Me and him will always be fighting. And I think maybe because he probably felt as if I was the favorite child.
Mm,
We've kind of have conversations as we got older, like we laugh about it now. But yeah, I think it was just him trying to gained some ground, man, because he was just, it was like if you're failing at school, you're always getting in problems at school, you're always in problems at home. Like where at what point do you gain ground, you know? So like he would just do simple, like petty things and it'd be like, bro, you know this is about to start some shit. And then before you know, we'll be at each other's throat every single day. So yeah, we didn't start getting along until later and later until we got into our early adults.
So did your parents stay together throughout your childhood?
Yep. My mom was a fucking told you, man, my mom is just I don't she just always said she never wanted to see us to see or have a man around us that wasn't our dad. Bro,
Wow.
bro.
Wow.
Yep. Crazy, 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 man. She just like I said, it's a gift and a curse, man. It's a gift and a curse, you know. That's why. Yep.
It makes a lot of sense why you lift your mom up so much. When did you find fighting? When did you find a gym? Like, was that
I would say like when I was like 13, 13, bro. I started
so?
training when I was
Who did
13.
somebody push you to go? Did
We
somebody try to
just
talk you out of going?
it was just by accident, man. Like we were watching fights and then we were already practicing moves and shit and training on each other, me, my brother, my cousins. And then one day, bro, I just went to drop my little brother off at elementary and I found a flyer to a gym in Gardena where we lived. I went there for like a month and then my mom couldn't afford the other month. Uh, so basically, I asked my grandpa. I was like, Grandpa, and he paid for my year, and then my teacher gave me a job there.
Wow.
Yep, and that right there, bro, just means so much to me, you know. So yeah,
Is your grandpa still around?
no, he passed away some years ago, like 2021, 2022.
Mm,
Yep, that's what the coldest
sorry to
man to
hear that.
ever walk this earth, man. Yeah, bro, you know what? It, Bro, my grandpa was just a legend, bro. He was just a legend, legendary man. Like, bro, I remember when his mom died, bro, and I remember looking at him, bro. He didn't crack a just no tears. He was just stoic the whole time. And I just remembered, I was like, Grandpa, how? I was like, Grandpa, why don't you cry? He was like, man, because my mom's in heaven. I have to make sure I take care of all her kids and make sure my brothers and sisters are good and shit. I remember like we were having some internal family beefs, and they were like, "Grandpa, how could you still like take care of your family even though this is all going on?" He was like, "Because this is my mom's wish. If my mom told me to do it, I would." And I just remember going, "Grandpa, you're fucking legendary, man." So yeah, man. When he passed, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't even feel sad. I just felt like I felt sad for my mom and my uncles and my aunts because they had to, that's their dad. But for me,
Hmm.
I just felt uh like a week before my grandpa got sick, we had like a little celebration for his birthday, and he was on top of the world. My grandma had already passed, so it was just like they passed away within like a year or so apart, few months apart. So it was just like it was cool. Like I understood, like it's a part of the cycle, you know. And just watch my
Mm.
grandpa go peacefully and just into his time. I was like, well, Grandpa, you lived a legendary life. So it's like after that, it's like what's left? You know, what else can you do? So like I was happy for him, man. I'm still happy for him. So yep.
Is that your grandpa on your dad's side or your mom's side?
My mom's side, my grandpa on my dad's side, he passed away when my dad was really young. he was protecting his brother in a bar. This was in Mexico, and they shot him.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Has your dad ever talked about that?
Yeah, bro. My dad had a lot of problems growing up, bro. So like, and like I said, for some strange reason, bro, he just him and my mom always just told me everything. Like they just talked to me about all the problems they had growing up as kids, uh, uh, adults, teenage years, just craziest things, bro. And like I was like, bro. And when he told me this, I was like, I get it, Dad, but why can't you just, if you know this, why can't you just be better for us?
Mm,
And I always asked that question. And when I finally became a grown man, like a real grown man, in my opinion, I was like, that's why. It's not, trust me, bro. Everything your soul, like your heart wants to do right, is just the demons that talk to you when no one else is talking. Those are the ones that get you. And if I if I struggle, like I'm in tears right now because of the demons that talk to me and that still haunt me. Uh I can only imagine the demons that you dealt with. Imagine dealing with those demons, but no one taught you how to function. You didn't have anyone to learn from, you know? And that's where I see my dad. I just see a man that didn't really have uh the proper guidance to deal with everything he was dealing with. You know, I just,
mm,
you're coming from Mexico. When I saw a picture of my dad, when my dad was born, he was basically like born in like a tent, it looked
wow.
like just some little boy in a tent in the middle of God knows where, you know? Uh, what did mental health look like for them? Like he told me that by his uncle told him that when he feels sad and angry, just to take a drink of a beer and he'll feel better. Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, bro.
Whoa.
Yep,
Whoa.
yep, yep. And
I
that's the
mean,
thing. It still goes on.
well, the talk right now about kids, raising kids, is teaching them how to deal with their emotions, right? When you're taught that's how you deal with your emotions, I feel
Yep,
like it solidifies.
yep. It just and that was something that like when he told me that I was just like, yeah, pop. And that and I feel like sometimes people don't talk about there's damage that you can't come back from. Like there's like spiritual damage, mental damage that you just can't recover from, especially when it's been beat into you year after year after year. Like, bro, like sometimes living is so hard. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like imagine uh 60 seconds. And then you go, okay, if there's 60 seconds in a minute, think about how those people who are severely damaged like that, moment for moment in them is just it's a torture, you know? And when I
Yep.
met my dad, God knows what he's gone through by the time finally came across my father, you know? So, yep, yep. Man, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, but you know, I just I always say I'm one of the people that learned the hard way. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that same thing. I feel like I've never like luck has never really been a favor of mine. You know, mine's is just I always felt like crash, burn, survive, man. I always had to crash, burn, come out, and somehow I'm still here, bro. So it's yeah, that's how I got in. That's how I'm always getting. I ain't worried about it, you know. That's why shit don't phase me no more, though. That's why back to the fight. That's why I'm not phased by getting hit. I'm not phased by chaos. I lived through it all the time. So it's like that little shit getting hit hard is just getting hit hard. It's just if
Hmm.
you don't knock me out, if you don't put me in a place where I cannot fight you back, I'm going to be there and I'm going to try to take you out every moment of the fight. It's just chaos. But this is not real chaos. This is like a sport chaos, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's something you built through your whole entire life.
Yep.
It's it's not like a one size fits all or here's what you need to do to train hard and be where I'm at.
Yep. That's why you can't uh uh when my students ask me, I just say, bro, dig from your dark place. Like there's no other way, bro. You gotta, and the beauty is we all have dark. Like darkness, yes, my darkness may seem more this, more that, but my darkness shouldn't impact your darkness. You have it, use it constructively because that's all it is. If you, it's like because I saw these things, some people, and I've like talked to other people where he watched his dad kill his mom and then try to kill him, and thankfully the police came in. That was one of my friend's stories, and I was like, oh my God, like,
Wow.
so that's what I mean. It's darkness has all forms, many forms.
Yeah.
It's just, do you let it rip you to shreds, or do you, after it rips you to shreds, you put yourself back together and go, well, I survived it. What can I do now? You know? And that's
Yeah.
really all this is, man.
Do you see hit like for example, because here's a question that goes on in my head all the time. Do you see his darkness and say, that's way deeper than mine? He's got a lot more darkness. Or does it all doesn't matter how big, small, whatever, it all impacts us the same?
I think there is nobody's darkness bigger, deeper. It's just, it's the control. That's that's where I think separates us all as people. Because my dad could have did what I did, but he couldn't. He didn't know how to control it. He didn't know what reins to grab a hold of. It was just he was lost in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think anyone's darkness is more or anything other than anyone else, because how something hurts you is always going to be, if someone calls you ugly versus if someone slaps you, that's going to impact you however it's going to impact you versus how it'll impact me. Now, the question
Yeah.
is, if they slap you and call you ugly, do you run away? Do you punch them back? Do you give them a philosophical lesson? It's all about how you take it. So that's why I tell, if I can tell anybody that when they listen to this, find your darkness, man, and talk to it. That's the best way to do it. Talk to it and be real with yourself. You don't gotta confess anything to anybody. You don't gotta talk about it. You have to talk to it with yourself. And how you do it is how you do it.
Mm. How do you let it not affect people in your day to day life? Like if somebody ticks you off at the grocery store, cuts you off, or your family member upsets you.
Uh I would say always think twice. That's my biggest thing. Like, I'm not going to tell you not to be angry because that's just us. That's who we are. We're humans. We're going to get angry. But
Yep.
my thing is, do I want to apologize about something? Like for me, I don't believe I should throw apologies around unless apologies are necessary, you know? So I try not to just jump at something, say something off the back. I always think, like I said, I internalize things. Bro, there's so many things that make me mad throughout my day, but I just look and I just walk away. And I just always walk away. That's usually my first response to anything is I just walk away. I'll just stay quiet. I'll just ignore it, and I will deal with it how I deal with it. Again, it's to some people it's really hard to just stay quiet, and I'm not gonna tell people to stay quiet. Hey, do what you deem is correct, but just know once it's
Mm.
done, it's done. And again, that's where if I get hit in a fight, I don't need to. I need to get it back. I just say it's okay. I'll get mine back later. But when I get mine back, it's not going to be just a simple strike. It's going to be something that goes, holy shit, you were plotting that the whole time. I'm trying to hit you with a 5 point plan. I don't want to, I don't want, it's not eye for an eye. You take my eye, I'm trying to take everything else you own, you know? So I'm a little bit more deeper vengeful about things. So that's why I don't go to those type of, that's why I just let it go because I know myself and myself is
Mm.
I'm petty. I don't like to be because it's just, like I said, I don't want to be negative. I don't want negativity around me no more. So that's what I would say, man. I don't know how other people deal with it, but I know me. I don't. If you yell at me, I don't want to yell at you. I want to sock you in your face. So I just let it go. That's it.
Hey, yeah, that's your truth. Well, you talked about you said your dad had some demons, and you said I understand it now because I got demons. What are your demons? Do you think your demons are what your dad's demons are, and you're kind of carrying those over a little bit, or do you think they're your own specific, tailored to you?
Well, I would say it's I see things that like a cycle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's I don't know. Again, I can't wager on our demons. 'Cause I don't know anything from his long past. Like we've talked, he's told me some things. But it's a different time period. We both have different mind states. I do believe there are things that he's faced that may have reappeared to me in where I live. You know, or how I conduct myself as a man. Um, Shit, let me see. Man, I would say one of my biggest is shit. I have so much like I have a lot of spite towards my older siblings, you know? Uh and I would say it's kind of like a shared thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I've noticed how our their kids, my nephews, my nieces and stuff, how it seems like my older siblings are reenacting my father's behaviors towards them. You know, like putting them through the same thing we went through as kids.
Mm,
And I look at that and it 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 makes me uh sick, bro. Sick. And it's like a sick where it's like it almost feels like I just have almost like a disdain for him, man. And it just sucks, bro. It just sucks because I have to watch them go through what their parents went through as youngins, you know? And it's just like you could just see the cycle. When I look at them and I see my brother and my sisters and their kids, I'm like, man, I remember when what's the name, you know, when my sister was 13, 14, 15. You have the same look as she had when she was that. You have the same relationship as you have that she had with my dad, you have that with your mom, or you have that with your dad. So that means if you guys keep following this, you're going to eventually end up like that. It's
mm,
just the natural cycle of it, you know? And like when I
generational
got in,
curses.
yeah, I got into drinking when I was younger, and I allowed drinking to be my number one thing, partying at the end of the week, uh uh just being reckless, being stupid, bro. And like I just like looked at myself and I was just like, bro, you discuss yourself. Like this is what you are, you know?
Mm.
Yeah, bro. Like when I was like 18, 19, I got into drinking and it was just like bad. Like so I just party every weekend, blow all my money every weekend. I half-ass trained, didn't train as much as I should have been. I just let everything become just secondary, you know what I mean? And it was it's crazy because it was right after my gym closed. The gym owner, he just got tired of dealing with the landlord, so he closed the gym. And like after that, I was just like, I felt lost. I was just like, what do I do now? And then like I just got into partying and drinking, and I felt myself going that way. I remember my mom was so mad at me, bro, when she first saw me drunk. And she meleeed me, bro. She beat my ass. Like she just I remember,
Whoa.
yeah, bro. I got in the car, she just like smacked me up a bunch. When I say smacked, some of these. And
Whoa.
yeah, 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 threw me in a cold shower with all my clothes on, bro. I was like, yup.
Wow. I don't mean to laugh, but that's pretty gangster.
Bro, that was it. Like that was one of those real lessons to me, bro. That I sat there and mind you, I would drink after and still, but I just wouldn't come home or anything. Uh, but it was just that's what it meant for us, man. And I still like cringe at myself for just allowing myself to do that, bro. And I know most people be like, but you're young and stuff like that. And that's what I thought too. But then like again, I see how you can just easily fall into it, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Well, maybe
shit.
that's why it happened, so that you could see how easily you could. But, you know, look where you're at now.
Yeah, bro. That's where I just smile. I just look back at all the horrors and I just go, you know what, man? Uh, they just made me better. I survived a lot of horror movies, and here I am at
Yep.
part 15 of Scary Movie. So
Well, man, it's my last question was, I heard the commentators talking about you, about your training. You already talked about it. You eat, sleep, you live this. Are there any other aspirations to do anything else? Like, is there a creative side to you that you really want to explore, or some other aspect in life that you're really interested in? Or is this it?
you know what, man? I wanna get into writing comic books, drawing, things like that. Manga. It's like the Japanese animes and their comic books.
Yeah.
I want to get into those things. I want to get deeper into painting. I want to get deeper. I want to enjoy it all, man, because I realized through dabbling in each of these arts that they are martial arts. Martial arts is
Mm-hmm.
painting, and painting is
Yep.
martial arts.
Yep.
And I feel like the more I do things, the closer I get to the answer of life, like I feel like life is in martial arts, life is in painting, in drawing, in writing. So I want to try to figure out, the way I like to look at it, like in video games, every time you venture out of your part of the map, you open up a new map. And for me, I want to do that with my brain. I want to try to open up as many spaces in my brain, my soul, before it's all said and done, If I can
Yep.
know as much as I can, hey, I want to
Yep.
work on I want to learn to play guitar, be in a rock band, do fun shit, Just be a kid. I feel like I've never really got a chance to be a proper kid. So I want
Mm,
to live my dreams like a kid would live his dreams.
yep. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I started this off by saying you talk like you're 50.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sure
like
you've been like that for a while.
the Benjamin Button, bro. Like it's I started off as an old man, bro. Like I was
Right.
born as an old man, and like now I'm trying to work my way down into my youth. Yeah,
Yeah. There's something very beautiful about that. I mean, the fact that you see so many people being kids too long, right? Some never growing up, or, once they get older, they're like, oh, now I'm old. My dad says it all the time. And I'm like, stop freaking saying that. You're not old. Keep telling yourself that and you will be.
yep,
Yeah. So it's really cool that you get to experience it the other way. I really like that for you. That's awesome.
yep. Life just hopefully gets more and more beautiful, man. And I just want to
Yep.
be there for it.
Yep. Well, Chris, it has been such an honor talking to you. I really appreciate your openness. I appreciate you talking about everything that you did and sharing that with everybody.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for opening up the place, man. Uh, Shit, I feel like every time it just heals me more and more, man. But every time I talk about and think about it and have to map it out, shit, I just hope that, whoever listens, man, that they can really guide themselves through it because I just know there's a lot of kids, a lot of adults, a lot of men and women, all around, all over the world, all over the spectrums that got a lot of problems, man. There's a lot of dark. So I just hope
Yeah.
that they can, navigate through it. Cause, bro, sometimes this shit sucks. And when you don't know what to do with it, it sucks more. So I pray that I
Yep.
could just be of service to them.
One thing I wanted to mention, you talked about the brain and you talked about the way your dad, basically his pattern, right? I heard a psychologist say this before, and it was like the most beautiful description. She said, picture, uh, we'll say a red barn in the middle of a field. And now picture the field has grown, wheat really high. And then picture two tracks going from the street all the way to that barn, snaking its way to that barn. All the other wheat is grown out. Which path do you take? You drive down that path. That's the way our brains work. We always drive down that same path. So to cut a different path through that wheat field is really tough because that other path, it's worn down. It's got the mud is just packed down, so it's easier to drive through. It's not as bumpy.
Yep.
But then you drive through the spot that hasn't been driven yet, and it's bumpy. It's tough. So it just anytime you do that, it just tells your brain like go back to this easy path. We know that path. You might
Yeah.
get lost in this path.
Yeah, bro. And you know what, man? I feel like I got stuck on that exact thing. Uh, my one of my friends from my gym, and his girlfriend, they introduced me to like spiritualness, like what it mean to like be not just like praying to God and everything, but what does spirituality really mean to people, and like how it can really help you. And yeah, bro, they introduced that to me, and then it just all that really that was just like a huge change for me. That made me start seeing things, taking things different, putting things out different, and it was just it helped me cut that new path. It helped me want to
Mm,
it helped me look at the path I was taking, going like, whoa, this is the easy path, but this shit, I actually hate it. I actually hate going down this path. It's just easy, but I actually hate it. So like
hmm.
where is the new path? And bro, shit, I tell you, man, I've done like psychedelics and all that type of stuff, man. And all those things, bro, have there it was just cool, man. It was like having somebody go, hey, come try this. Check this path. And you just kind of navigate and they show you that there's more ways to do things, bro. And I'm grateful for that. That's one that changed my life forever. So, yep, I love them for it.
Everyone says that they talk about psychedelics and how just how amazing they are, how they help a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pro psychedelics, bro. I've done DMT, mushrooms, uh what else did I do? Mm, Stay high if you take a high fat edible, like a heroic dose on the edible, bro, you will see the spirits. I promise you that. So yeah, I've had my share, man, and tons of it. And it's
What's
yeah,
what's one of the big lessons you learned from a trip?
from a DMT trip, man, I think the purpose of life.
Hmm. What is the
Yeah.
purpose of life?
Don't keep doing the same thing over. You'll go mad. You'll literally go mad. I promise you. It's 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 so what I saw was, imagine being like a bunch of little red bubbles, and then there was this like laughing, like almost like evil laughing, like almost like your evil villain laugh, and it
Mm.
just kept pulling me apart over and over as these little red dots, and I could feel it pull me apart. And then like I had to, and this was my first DMT trip. I had to come back, and when I came back, I didn't understand why it showed me that or made me experience that, but my conscience uh 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 meditated on it, and I was like, wow, bro. It just felt like I kept being reborn, but I kept doing the same dumb shit over and over, just like this path we're talking about. You
Mm-hmm.
know this path is stupid, but it's the easiest way for you to do it, so you just go down it. But imagine going down it, you're stepping in glass, you stepped on needles, your arm gets chopped off, but you just go and be like, well, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow. But you know it's causing you pain. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it showed me like why if you keep doing the same thing, you'll go insane. That's what it showed me. And after I saw that, I was like, yeah, I gotta do life different, bro. I gotta be different, do different, think different. I can't keep doing the same thing, otherwise I will go mad.
Wow. And it's really tough. Another thing I forgot to mention is those paths, that path that I said to through the wheat field, we have those paths. If you were to do a brain scan, you would see a physical line in your brain. And that's the path they take. And to make a different one, obviously that's really tough. So
Yep,
it's not
yep,
just about mental, it's about physically changing it too. You know,
yep.
it's it's tough,
Hey, bro, I
but
had
it
to
can
go.
be done.
I had to go test use some extracurriculars just to create a new path in my brain. So
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yep.
a crazy place, man. But
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it all. Either way,
Well, I'm grateful for you showing up. I really appreciate it, Chris.
thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me.
The Heart of the Bad Wolf is created and hosted by Nicholas James Muscarella, produced by Nicholas James Muscarella and Robert Altschuler, edited, recorded, and mixed by Robert Altschuler at Command Creative Studios. Music by Alex Grohl. Special thanks to every fighter who shared their story and their wolf. Don't forget to hit the like, follow, and subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform to get notified when new episodes drop. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Heart of the Bad Wolf.